Hey, well, it's been a while since I made a video. I think the last video I made, I was on the way to Texarkana, and I had a terrible weekend, so I didn't make any videos or anything. I wanted to, but I've had my kids, and sometimes it's hard just to get some quiet time, and I'm not about to get it anytime soon. But So something happened in Texarkana. I was really excited to go because Spencer had a $50,000 guaranteed payout, future fortunes there. Plus, there was added money in the open, and he got out of the trailer fine. I had ridden him 2 days before. He felt fine. But the day I was supposed to make my run on Friday, I pulled him out of his stall, and he was completely crippled in his back left. It's always the hind left. Always. It's not always the same thing, but it's always the hind left. And so I took him to the vet, and she was like, yeah, for sure, don't run him. But there was no swelling or anything at the time. And then the next morning I came to check on him, and like huge swollen leg. Turns out the horse that was next to me had almost caved in Spencer's stall at the bottom because he was double barrel kicking. And I don't know if, Spencer kicked, he's not a fighter, but I don't know if he kicked back out of reaction or if when that horse double barreled, he actually hit Spencer's leg because, like I said, that stall was caved in, but he hurt Spencer. So I didn't get to run, and I was really, really uber upset about that because Spencer's leg still doesn't look right. The swelling has mainly gone down, but it still looks really bruised to me, and at some point before I run him again, I definitely need to go get an ultrasound on that suspensory that he had hurt at the BBR finals last year, and maybe an x-ray just to make sure that everything's fine. But like, super pissed, and the lady apologized to me, but I was too mad to even look up from my phone because I knew I was going to say something really, really ugly. And I know we can't always like control what our horses do or how they act, but I've had horses that were really ranked too, and I didn't keep them in general population. Their ass went to a stud stall, and there were plenty of other stalls there that were like separated. Not all the stalls were sold out, so she could have moved her ratchet ass horse to a different stall and like kept him secluded, and she chose not to. She did come apologize to me, but like, words don't matter to me. It would have meant more to me if she had gotten her ratchet ass horse up and taken him to a different stall. Like, that might have meant more. So apology not accepted. Have no idea who it was, and I'm still super, super salty about it, if you can't tell. Anyways, so I didn't get to run. My house is not sold. I am uber upset about it because now we're going on week 3 of not living with my husband, which is not great. It's not great for me. I can't. He helps me so much. Those who like know me well, like know that like if I'm at home, I get breakfast in bed every single morning that I'm home. Like on the weekends, obviously during the week we both work. He works 8 to 5. I work on hustling. I'm a professional hustler. But no, I mean, so I'm not doing good. Like, I miss him so much. Like, I still like my husband. I know there's a lot of people that don't like theirs, but I still like mine a lot. I have both kids. We just took a hauling job, just did a really short trip to Oklahoma City, just so we could kind of just like get a little warm-up trip in before the big one this weekend. We are going to Missouri to teach 2 clinics, and then we will drive on to South Dakota from there. We will teach 4 or 5 clinics there and then come home. This will all be done in a 6-day period. So I'm taking the kids with me. My husband has to work, can't take off work from his new job for 6 months because there's like a probationary period. I'm also not used to that because Corey had enough vacation time at the city here that he had saved up that he could literally take off, I think, 2/3 of a year, and they would have to pay him. So the nice thing is they still have to pay him when he left. I think he had like $14,000 worth of vacation time. That is how little he took off work. But anytime I needed him to, he did. And so not having that kind of help is like really bothered me. Also, not to mention that like people are still coming to look at the house. You know, there's still showings, there's still open houses. I think one of the most frustrating things is like you can't even live like a human, because at any point in time, someone could be like, I'm going to come look at your house in 30 minutes. And they could say, I'm going to come look at your house in 30 minutes. And your house has to be like perfectly clean. So that's really hard, because you can't just like be a normal human. What happened?
He said a bug bit him. He doesn't know what kind. He said it just stung, didn't put a stinger in him, but that looks like a stinger.
It's just a little blood drop. Go wash it off in the sink.
It's gonna burn.
No, water won't burn it.
Just see.
I'm making a video.
Sorry.
Bye.
Bye.
Can you turn my lights off?
Yeah.
Thank you. So, yeah, I mean, I don't even know what I was saying. My kids, I don't know what it is. I know anybody who's a parent knows there's not like a 5-minute break that you get. Like, they can't ever want something at the same time. They want something at different times. They don't take naps at the same time. They take naps at different times. So there's never like a quiet. There's never a quiet. That is killing me. I'm very much like a quiet person. So I'm like, y'all go play outside. Go play outside and leave me in this house. We don't do TV. During the summer, we don't do TV during the day. Very rarely. Like, we need to be playing outside. We need to be doing productive things. Mainly, I need to be sitting in my house in complete silence, just in my thoughts, and that's it. That's all I want. So, yeah, I'm struggling. We're going to have a lot of fun at these clinics. We always stop and do fun things. That's just kind of like who I am. I always want my kids to be able to, I don't want to just drag them in the truck and then not let them do fun stuff, but we're going to stop and do all the things. I need my house to sell because I want to be human again. I'm a very, very clean person, but it's a whole different kind of clean when just complete strangers can walk through your house and judge it. And the funny thing is, like, when they leave, your realtor's job is to catch up on the feedback. And they're like, oh, it smelled funny when I went over there, or I don't like this room, or there's not enough room for my furniture, or she really needs to mow her lawn. You get just criticized by complete strangers several times a week, which I guess I'm kind of used to a little bit from social media, but it's a little bit different when it's in your home. They're walking through your bedroom, through your bathroom, and they're looking for things to criticize you on. It is a different world for sure. So yeah, I mean, just to like be able to like, to the point where I get out of the shower and instead of hanging my towel up, I have to hide it. Like, who does that? Like, you have to hide your towel. It's a whole different kind of clean. It's not I would never leave my towel on the floor. That's not who I am as a person. I hang it up because I'm clean. But they don't want to see your hanging towel, so you gotta hide it. You gotta like hide it. I need y'all to pray for me because I really, really need to get to East Texas. Like, I've got to get this house sold so I can get gone. We dropped the price $10,000 price drop, like right off the bat. That's huge. But in the meantime, the government is raising the freaking rates on everything. So, including houses. There will be a housing market crash come, I would think, sooner than later. I feel like it's 2008 all over again. So I keep telling Corey, like, just be patient. Like, we think we're under contract for this house in East Texas. And I'm like, we think that that's the one that we want because that's the one that's available in our budget right now. But here, like, unfortunately for a lot of people, in 60 to 90 days, like, there could be a crash and there could be a $500,000 house out there that is selling for nearly nothing because it's gotten foreclosed on because people did the whole they didn't choose a fixed interest rate just like they did it in 2008 or what led up to it. Not their fault. Like, literally, when we were signing paperwork for our mortgage, they told us, like, oh, basically in 2008, that's a once in a lifetime event that'll probably never happen again. And I mean, we fixed our interest rate at 2%, so hallelujah. So we're fine. But there's fixing to be some people like go through this all over again, and I feel so sorry for them because people are going to be losing their homes. And they're not, it's not like we live at a time where you can just live in your car or your truck because it's too expensive to idle it, and you have to idle it because it's one of the hottest summers that we've seen in a very, very long time. So I'm hurt. I don't know. I'm hurting. My heart is hurting for a lot of people right now. We're not rich. Corey makes decent money. But it's salary. I make as much money as I want to, basically. I have several streams of income, so when one isn't doing good, another one may be doing better. That's just who I am. I'm always looking for other streams of income, but I will tell you that, like, this is going to get really, really sad for a lot of people, and it's going to get tight on even people like me who have several different streams of income. And, I work as hard as I feel like I need to work to pay my bills or reach my goals that month. But if I want to rest, I can afford to rest. And if I want to, stack money, then I just stack money. And some of those income streams, those are going to go away when people don't have extra money to spend. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm in I'm not even concerned at this point with even running barrels. I went from, like, being really kind of down because I'm not competing at anything, like, huge or like the WCRA or just the American or something. I kind of went from feeling, like, sad about not really having some big thing to work towards, and, like, right now all I care about is, like, getting to East Texas. I don't care about anything else. I want to get these clinics taught. I want to do my job well and go see my friends in all the different states that I've made and make sure that they're in a good spot to compete. And I want my horse to get better, and I want people to not put their freaking stupid idiots next to my horse. And I want my house to sell. And that's kind of like where I'm at right now. Moves is not living with me right now. For the next 3 weeks, he will be with a friend of mine to see if maybe she gets along with him better than I do. He wouldn't have to be near as competitive with her because she's just doing this for funsies, and not as quite as tough. Like, I say tough. She goes to a lot of really big barrel races, but she wouldn't be as demanding on him physically because she really is, like, really comfortable with herself in, like, the 4D, and so he doesn't have to use himself very hard to run in the 4D at all. He's more of like a high lope through the pattern run home 3D horse. So I really think that, like, as far as his back and his EPM and those stresses, he actually wouldn't have to be stressed at all if all he was ever expected to do was run in the 3D, 4D, 5D. And that, like, fits her perfectly. So we will see. We will see how that goes. Anyways, my phone's getting blown up because we have family that want to see the kids before we go out of town this weekend. But I will let you guys know and give you guys an update on moves on, like, there's a 3-week, there was a 1-month trial period. He's been with her for a week. She's ran him once. She's trying to get to know him a little bit, and she's used to something in his 20s that is, like, very, very automatic, and moves is about as solid as it gets, but you still have to ride him because he's 7. So yeah, they're just going to try to get to know each other. And if the end of this 3 weeks she wants to keep him, then she can. And if not, then I'll take him and then I'll run him, But I just wanted to, it was just a thought that, like, if he was never asked to do any more than what he's doing right now, he probably would never need the kissing spine surgery. He would never be stressed as far as like having the anytime that he has an EPM flare, it's usually under extreme stress, and it's usually when I'm wanting to step him up in speed and have him use himself harder. And with his back, I think that that's just not an option for him. So, anyways, I'll kind of keep you guys updated as time goes on and let you guys know how that goes.